Have you ever felt like you're financially behind from everyone else around your age? Maybe you're starting over after a breakup and you have to move out. Maybe you're moving to a new city. Maybe you're changing your careers, or maybe there is some unexpected life events that's happened and force you to start over from scratch. And I know this feeling very well because that was what happened to me around a year ago. When my life fell apart, the emotional toll was heavy, but not knowing how I was doing or where I was going financially was even more terrifying. When I was going through my divorce, I was not just losing my partner or a home. I was losing the stable life that I thought I would have forever. And the same goes when I moved to another country to start a new career as a business owner. I was leaving the only life that I knew, the stable 9-to-5 job life, to something that was completely uncertain in a country that I never lived in. It was very nerve-wracking. And this video is part of my Starting Over at 40s series. And in this video, we're not just talking about like the vibe. We're not talking really about the emotional part, but more of a practical side of things. How to restart and rebuild and reset your finances over from scratch when you have to restart your life for whatever reason. When you're reinventing yourself, or when you're restarting your life, or you're doing a big reset, it is so important to incorporate this financial aspect as well, because in the world that we're living in right now, taking control of your money is the most powerful thing that you can do. And I know it can feel very overwhelming because that's how I was feeling at the time, but with clarity and intention, it is possible. And the first thing that you should do is having a good look at all your numbers. When life falls apart or when things goes wrong, it is our first instinct to just avoid the fact and take a step back because we don't want to deal with that stress. But that is the absolute worst thing that we can do. So when I was going through my divorce, obviously I was dealing with a lot of things, but I was extremely worried about my finances. How was I going to move out? How was I going to live by myself? And as much of a planner or a practical person as I am, I also felt so overwhelmed that initially I didn't really want to look at where I was financially. But then I realized that if I really wanted to move out, live by myself, if I really wanted this independence, if I really wanted the next chapter to be for me and move away from a relationship that wasn't working for me, then I had to face the truth. So there are some of the numbers that you really need to get understanding of or get a hold of. And the first thing is how much money you have in total, how much money you have in your bank account. Get a good understanding of that. Secondly, how much are you making currently? Just look at where your current situation right now, how much you're making currently. Later on in this videos, we'll talk about how we can change that. But so far, as a step one, you just need to get an idea of where you are. And thirdly, what are your potential expenses with this life change or reset or new life events? If you're moving out from your parents, or if your relationship is breaking up and you have to live by yourself, how much would it be for you to pay for rent and utilities and transport and things like that? If you have to change career and you have to take a pay cut, okay, maybe your expenses doesn't change, but your income may change. And then potentially your expenses may have to change to match that potential reduction of income. So have a good understanding of where your money is going and how much it is going to cost you every single month. And also, lastly, most importantly, do you have any debts? And if you do, take that into consideration as well. And I know that this step is just so uncomfortable, but it will really set you free, because without the understanding of these things, you won't be able to make plans. The second step is to set a survival budget. Now, when you're starting your finances from scratch, this is not the time to think about the new hot investment. That part comes later when you are a little bit more settled. When you're starting from scratch, what you want to think about the bare bone budget that will cover you yourself right now. Anything else is a luxury. Anything else is for you yourself in the future. And what I mean by bare bones, like minimum, if you're not making enough, then don't get your hair done, don't get your nails done, cancel all subscriptions, having a good reviews of all the expenses that you don't actually need. And this is what I had to do when I moved from London to Florida to become a business owner, because I lost that luxury of a stable 9-to-5 job income. Being a business owner meant that my income initially at the beginning was extremely unpredictable. I wasn't sure how the business was going to do. I didn't really know how much I would get paid every month. Of course, I had some ideas, but there's risk in doing businesses. So I wasn't 100% sure. So what I had to do was coming up with the bare bone budget so that I know at minimum, if I get paid at this very minimum level, I will still be able to survive and be okay. And this may sound like sad, but I want you to remember that starting over from scratch is just a very particular phase of life. It doesn't last forever. And if you do this right, then things are going to be looking up from here. These are just the things that you have to do in order to get back on track. And hopefully one day we'll master it. The third step is find ways to make money or increase your earning potentials quickly. You want to focus on how you can make money quickly. And I'm not talking about get rich quick scheme. There's a distinct difference. And this is particularly important if you're not making enough to cover your bare bone survival budget or expenses. You want to think about how you can make money, more money right now, as quick as possible to cover all these expenses, or to use some of this extra money to form a basis of your savings. There are a few things that you can do, and some of this I had to do when I was going through a divorce. So for example, selling your unused items. That's something that I had to do, furniture, clothes, stuff around the house, things that I didn't need or use anymore. Or another idea is to tap into your skills. Are there any skills that you have that you can monetize it? This wasn't something that I did, but if I had to do it, I would definitely find a skill that I have and monetize. So for example, I could probably be teaching people Thai if they want to learn, or I could be also teaching some people English. There's so many ways that you can bring extra cash on the side. You can do Uber driving, DoorDash delivery, or even simple things as like asking more shift from your work or having another part-time job. The next step is to build an emergency fund. And I'm not talking about something unachievable like tens of thousands. I'm talking start small, $500, $1,000, something so small that if something happens, at least you'll be able to cover it. If a car breaks down and you have $500 as an emergency fund, you know that you'll be okay. So after you implemented all these steps, you should be in a slightly more comfortable situation, because first of all, you'll be able to cover all your expenses with your income, and you potentially will be able to have a little bit of savings, a buffer, just in case like something goes wrong. And this is when we start thinking about our future self. We are thinking about growth phase, because we are a little bit more secure right now after following these steps, right? People always say is, when you plan your finances, think about where you want to be 10 years from now. And that is a very good advice. But I feel like if you're starting from scratch, 10 years from now it is a good goal, but it can seem so unachievable. In this channel, I talk a lot about how you can change your life and how much impactful it is to make change for 90 days. Same goal with finances and finance reset. Instead of thinking about, okay, where you want to be 10 years, think shorter term. Where do you want to be financially 90 days from now? what does success looks like 90 days from now? And it could be that, okay, 90 days from now, you want to have $700 saved as an emergency fund. 90 days from now, you want to be able to start paying off the debts that you have not been paying and it has been accruing interest. 90 days from now, you might want to be able to save enough money to put down for a deposit for an apartment, because you need to move out from the home that you share with someone who you are in a toxic relationship with. For me personally, my goal is to build more emergency funds because I have depleted some of my savings, moving out, being by myself again, and also building new skills as well. In case if I were to have to be in this situation again, that I have to start over financially, you never know what life will throw at you. I'm learning Spanish right now, so if anything was to go wrong, hopefully I might be able to teach English, Spanish, and that could be a way for me to make money. And these are the things that I have been doing since I moved out from the home that I share with my ex-husband. I hope you found this video helpful, and remember, wherever you are in your journey, starting over or resetting your life, you've got this, and I am rooting for you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.